if you want to be a phone photographer, you have to learn how to compose and also edit your photos. But there is a third area where you can enhance your photos, and that is going to be in the accessories department. This is episode 3 of my iPhone photography series, where I show you how you can make your photos from your phone look much more professional. And in today's episode, we're going to be talking about phone accessories that actually enhance your photos. If you haven't seen the previous 2 videos, I'll link them in the description down below. But in the first one, we talked about how to shoot and compose your photos. And in the second one, we talked about how to edit them. And those 2 videos share with you the basics of how to use your phone as it sits right now. So there's a slew of different accessories you can get online for your phone, and I have just a few examples here with me today. One is a super cheap and reliable setup, and then the other one is going to be more professional, a little bit more money kind of setup, but I'm going to be walking through the pros and cons of each of them, and I'm also going to share a few other types of accessories that you should be considering getting for when you're doing photography with your phone. The first accessory I want to talk about is actually revolving around tripods. So this is a phone clamp that I personally use to attach my phone to any sort of tripod, because it has a 1/4-inch thread on the bottom of it, and it even has 1/4-inch threads on the back of it. So you can attach this in multiple ways. You're also able to orient it in either vertical mode or horizontal mode just by turning it, and it even has a mechanism that locks in the clamp. This one in particular is made out of aluminum. It's very strong, very durable, and it's by Ulanzi. So I'll have this in the description down below, but also have everything else I talk about in this video in the description down below so you can go look at it. The couple main reasons why you would want to use something like a tripod is if you want to do long exposure shots where you have your shutter speed turned down real low, or if you just simply need stabilization when you're taking your photos, so that way you have a sharp photo. You can get a cheap one. You don't have to get a super expensive one. I already own one, and I even have the one that this camera's sitting on right now, which is a tabletop tripod. Either are really going to be good options, so I'll leave a couple of them down in the description for you as well. The next accessory that I want to talk about is actually one that's often overlooked, and that is a cleaning kit. So this cleaning kit is actually for cameras. It has a bunch of different things in it to help keep your lenses clean, keep your camera clean, but we also want to make sure that we're keeping the lenses on the phone clean, because you can easily smudge it up and you're pretty much left with blurry photos. Now, the nice thing that I've noticed about the iPhone is that it will actually tell you if you need to clean your lenses, but every time before you go out and take photos, you should be cleaning your lenses off, so that way you don't have any smudgy fingerprints on it. Another accessory that is often useful is a portable light. Now, this one is a RGB light, and I'll turn it on for you. It's also a really good light source if you need a primary light. Some people even use this as like a key light. It's bicolor and RGB, so this is a really good light to have if you need to light up tricky situations when you're shooting with your phone. So like in the interior of cars, or if you're doing close-up shots, or even if you're just shooting at night, you need a little bit more light. This is a really good portable light that you can use. Now, the main part of this video that I'm sure you're interested about is how to set up your actual phone with all these accessories that are actually going to enhance your photo. Now, there's a couple options. The first option is one that is by Neweer. This one is one I got off of Amazon for, I think, $5 at the time. It is the first variation of it. They have a newer variation of it, which is a little bit more expensive, but this actually does the same exact thing. But what's really nice about this is you open it up right here, and you can simply slide your phone in it from the top here and close it in. Now, what this offers is really good rugged protection. So around the edge of it, it is aluminum and it's pretty tough. It does make the phone a little bit larger, so it's a little bit harder to hold in hand. This is an iPhone 15 Pro Max, so if you have a smaller iPhone, then it'll probably be a little bit easier. But then at the top here, you have an option to attach a filter. There are 2 different options. This comes with its own native proprietary setup, which is going to allow you to attach different types of lenses to the actual cage itself. So Neweer has a lot of them. There's like anamorphic, there's telephoto, there's macro lenses that you can attach to it, and they all use this base plate. But then you also have a different base plate that comes with it that is a 67mm thread adapter, so you can add traditional circular filters on it. And just to give you an example of what that looks like, I have my base plate from PolarPro, which this is a 67mm base plate, and I'll screw this on. And what that allows me to do is take a regular size polarizer filter that I have for my camera and simply attach it to the base plate. And then there you go. I now have a filter on my iPhone. This is a little bit more bulky. It's a little bit more dramatic. You can definitely get smaller filters for this. This is simply the system I have for my camera, so I just use it on my phone as well. But this allows you to get very good professional looking photos because for polarizer filter, you're able to cut out reflections, or you can use other filters like this one, which is a black mist filter. So you can add all those types of effects to your phone by using a cage like this one by Neweer. And what's great about it too is all you have to do if you don't want to use it anymore is you could take off your accessories and then you flip this open, pull it out, and that's it. This cage in particular, I've used it a handful of times and it's actually a really good cage. It has a lot of awesome attachment opportunities on here. So if I can get my face to be not in focus, you can see that there's a bunch of 1/4 inch holes up top, and there's also a cold shoe mount right there. On the bottom, you also have the space for your charger and your speakers, and then on the other side you have more 1/4 inch threads, and then on top you do have a couple holes right there that are 1/4 inch threads. So if you want to add like more things up here, and you also have another cold shoe at the top here, so you can add on, say, your light. So if you want to add on your light here or up here, you have that as an option. I think for the price, this is a really good option. Again, it's made out of metal, and on the inside, it's got a rubber texture, so it's going to protect your phone. I've used this, like I said, a handful of times. I will say it is much bulkier to hold as like an actual phone. So that's something to consider if you want to actually walk around with this in your pocket and you use a Pro Max size phone. This is probably gonna be a little bit more awkward. But there is a solution to that, and that is the other option that I have. And that option is this one. So this is a phone case by PolarPro. It's called the Litechaser Pro. And this is a well-rounded phone case and also a case for photography. What I really love about this case is that if I put my phone in it, it feels like a normal phone case. It's not too bulky, it's not too rough, and it also covers the entire backside of the phone, versus this one where it's just a cage. This also is MagSafe compatible, so if I want to use anything that's a MagSafe accessory like a charger or a hard drive holder, I can put it on here and magnetize it. And when you look at the front of this where the filter is attached, it's got this really cool metal cover to it, and if you're not using it, you can simply cover it up with this protective piece of metal. If you want to, it does obviously block your camera, but this is a great way to protect your lenses. And then on the sides, you have these little ribs, which I'll talk about here in a moment. So these are not 1/4 inch holes. I will show you why that is here in a moment. But I want to first highlight how you actually put a filter on this. So when you buy this, if you buy the Filmmakers collection, which is the one I have, it comes with a few different accessories. And you can get it as a kit if you want. It's primarily going to be for those who do video, and obviously we're talking about photos here, but you can use it for either one. It doesn't really matter. So the first accessory that it comes with is actually going to be a regular size filter for this case. And I say regular size because I just showed you how large these other filters look, and it's actually going to be this one. So this is a VND filter specifically made for the Litechaser Pro kit. So it's got an attachment where it just slides down like this and it clicks in, and it has a protective rubber cover that you can take off. And this is the finished product. So this VND filter is again going to be more for video work, but you can also use it for photos. Believe me, there is actually a use case for VNDs when it comes to photos. Typically you would use it for long exposures, or I have personally used them for painting shots for motorsport photography because it helps me control the light a little bit more. But you have a lot of different options that you can get on their website that is not just VND. They have polarizer filters, they have black mist filters, special effects filters. Like, they have a bunch of different filters that you can get for your phone that attach to this system. And now mine is the 15 Pro Max, and clearly there is new iPhones out already. They have one for the 16, and they even have one for the new 17. So I'll put their link down in the description below so you can go check them out. This video is not sponsored, by the way. I am personally just a huge fan of PolarPro, and I've been working with them for over a year now by testing new products and doing releases with like filters and stuff. So I truly love the products that they make. So I'll put everything in the description down below so you can go check it out. Now this has another option, which is going to be the same kind of option that we showcased on the last one, and that is a 67mm adapter plate. So you just slide it on like you would any other filter for this kit, and then now you have a 67mm thread to put your filter on. So again, I'm going to take the polarizer filter on the base plate earlier, and we're going to thread this on. And there you go. Now this is very bulky and very obnoxious, and I've personally used this setup a lot over the last couple months, and I'm able to fit this all in my pocket, and it's fine, it works, but I would really like to just have the smaller filters. So if you're going to get something like this, I would just invest a little bit extra money into more filters that are made specifically for the case or the cage, because it's just going to make your life a lot easier. The only reason why I didn't do that is because I already have a stack full of these filters, so I didn't really see the need in getting more. Now the rib parts on the sides is actually a separate accessory for this particular case, which is another reason why I really like it, and that's going to be this Bluetooth shutter button. So this Bluetooth shutter button is made again by PolarPro, and it is specifically designed to go onto this case like this. So it just clips in, and you can change it however you want on here. I'm gonna put it more towards this side, so that way when I hold it, it feels more natural. And this Bluetooth button up top is an option. It comes with a blank plate on top if you don't want to use the Bluetooth shutter button, but this also comes with it. So you can unscrew this and you can attach the button to it. It pairs very easily to your phone, and it even comes with a cold shoe up top if you want to attach a light, and it has a 1/4-inch thread on the bottom right here, so you can attach it to a tripod, or you can even attach this to a gimbal if you wanted to. Yeah, a gimbal. And so this is by far the best well-rounded case, because with the cage, it's very bulky. You don't have protection on the backside here, and it just, if it's harder to work with. But with this, once you take all of this off, so if I were to take off the filter, take off the handle, I can just walk around like this with my phone. And that's really, really convenient for me. And it's also MagSafe compatible, so I can actually use this as a daily driver phone case. Like I don't have to change phone cases. And I really do like the fact that it comes with a protection plate on the front here. I sometimes just leave it off, because when I go to take photos, like in the moment, I'm like, oh crap, I gotta take off my cover, like a filter lens cap, you know? So typically I'll leave that off, but if I'm in a situation where I do want to keep the lenses clean and I want to keep them protected, I will put on this cover right here, which is made out of metal. So this is a really well-rounded, premium built phone case that I highly recommend looking at. It is a little bit on the pricier side. I believe this one in particular is $150 to $170 for the Filmmakers Collection, but this is again for the 15 Pro Max, so I don't know what it is for the 17 Pro Max. And all their accessories for these phone cases are interchangeable, so you can still get the Bluetooth shutter button even with the newer case. You can still get the same filters and stuff like that, as long as iPhone kind of keeps their stuff together and keeps their cameras very similar. Then a lot of these accessories are going to be usable across each generation. But I personally don't own the 17 Pro Max, so I can't really speak to it. So these accessories, although they're not going to be the most life-changing experiences for you as a photographer, they will take your editing and your composition to the next level. Because when you're shooting cars, you want to have things like a polarizer filter to cut out reflections. That is going to set you apart from beginner photographers, because when you put a little bit of effort into the accessories that you have that change the photo in camera, it's going to make your editing flow much easier, and it's also going to make your photos look that much more professional. Now, I'm not saying you have to go out and buy these accessories right away. I still believe that you can get away with just using your phone as it is with no extras on it. But as you get better at composition of your photos, the angles, the lighting, the editing, those types of things, once you work on your soft skills as a photographer, you can definitely invest in accessories that just take you the next step further. And there are a ton of different accessories out there that you can get for the phone. You don't even need to get a full case. You can get just a clip-on filter holder like a lot of people will normally do, and you can thread on a filter that way. I went the route of using a phone case because I like the fact that I can just have my phone protected the entire time I'm using it. So because there's so many different types of accessories out there that you can get for your phone, here are my recommendations. I highly recommend, if you are unsure about what you want as far as accessories are concerned, whether you want a cage, a phone case, whatever, I would start with getting one of the clamp CPO filters. It's a clamp that just literally attaches to your phone. Oh, and it covers your cameras, and then it has a filter on it. That is going to be the most inexpensive accessory that you can get, and it's going to give you the feel and look that you would want to get with any sort of filter possible. And there are different kits out there. Neweer has one where you have different filters that you can put on there that are like special color, special effects, etc. Or you can just get a plain polarizer filter one and then just be done with it. And eventually you can upgrade to something different if you want to do like a phone case that has special filters on it, etc. But the important thing is just getting what you think you need. Don't get everything that I've talked about here or other people talk about, because once you start buying a lot of these accessories, you start running into an issue like decision fatigue and not knowing what it is that you want to use. And for me, what I like about the phone and what I like about this case in particular is that it's very simple of a setup. I really just need one filter and I can just throw it in my pocket and go. I don't have to carry all these other accessories with me. I hope this has been helpful for you. Again, there's a whole lot of things that you can cover as far as accessories are concerned, but I wanted to make sure that we kept this focused on photography specifically and also kept it nice and simple for you, because again, we don't want to overcomplicate things. Let me know your thoughts down below. If you have enjoyed this video, please leave a like down below and also consider subscribing if you haven't already. And I will see you in the next video. This is going to be the most dramatic looking thumbnail possible.